Hello. Hi, why were you late for court?
Oh, he was late.
Yes. Why were you late for court?
Traffic.
Court is at 9 o'clock. You understand? If you're not here at 9, you know what's going to end up happening? A warrant's going to be issued for your arrest. Do you understand? All right. Where are we on discovery?
I just got signed up on this case. I have not had a chance to download all the e-discovery or be provided you with discovery that might be necessary offline, such as videos, and then it may need to be downloaded. So I just got signed up on the case probably about 5 days ago.
Okay, state.
As far as I'm aware, I mean, Judge, usually when it's indicted on drug cases, we have everything on Verific, e-discovery. So I have not checked that, but if Mr. Marshall White says that he can't find it, he can address it with me and we can make sure he gets the discovery that he's owed.
All right, were you able to tender an offer or no?
I don't believe they want him offer, Your Honor.
Judge, I would like to be able to take a look at the discovery, get a full picture of it. Based on what I'm reading in the police report, it's not giving me enough to, I guess, request an offer from, from-
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this in 30 days. State, at that time, you'll need to tender an offer and defense can accept it or not accept it.
Okay, Judge.
What date? 30 days for discovery.
You understand what's going on? This is yours, by the way. They want me to get that to you.
All right, you're coming back on February 27th. If you're late, you know what's going to end up happening? All right, now, if you're late, we can make sure that you're on time or make sure that we know where you are. And you know how we do that? We'll bring you over in orange. All right, do not be late again. All right, once you sign that, you're excused.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Bailey.
All right, probation, this is a plea with application. Thank you. Court is calling 2023 CR 11296, State of Texas versus Victor Fisher. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Valerie Headland.
And are you Mr. Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Fisher, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Mr. Fisher, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Off the record for a moment. Counsel, did you read the sign before you walked up?
I didn't look at it.
All right, thank you. We're back on the record. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No problem. It's just that with all the noise, then there's noise picking up by the court reporter. It makes things difficult. All right, back on the record. Did you understand if you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea? If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yeah.
Mr. Fisher, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and they're asking for the DOEP course. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offer State Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection.
You may continue to confer. Thank you. Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call on the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments, or the court will review. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, Mr. Fisher, when I first met him, he was a mess and he acknowledges that. He is looking forward to this opportunity. He is clean and has been for, how long did you say?
Like about a couple months.
Couple months, okay. And he even says he'd pass a UA if you were to give him one today. If it's not entirely perfectly clean, I would expect it to be very low since his arrest. He is asking for transfer to Corpus Christi so that he can get away from the individual that he was with at that time. He knows it's a bad situation for him in San Antonio. He has family in Corpus. We have an address for
Just
probation.
provided to probation.
Yes, and it's a cousin. She's gonna help him get on track. He's actually gotten his ID since he's been on pretrial and is looking forward to getting a job. And he fully expects to be 100% compliant for the next 5 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when's the last time you used?
Last time I was using was when I was in San Antonio. It was like about a couple months ago now, to be honest with you. And I got tired of being on it.
All right, so if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Everything.
All right, they're going to give you a drug test today.
So,
Do you have any children?
no, ma'am.
When's the last time you had employment?
It's been a minute. I mean, I was basically I was working for the temporary services, but I do have went to college, followed to college for like about a year and a half, and made an A on the pest control class whatsoever, and got a high school diploma. And basically, like, I mean, I got experience with on homes, landscaping, designing, like the whole.
You've
nine
done
yards.
some day labor, right? With
Yes, ma'am.
landscaping? And he also receives disability, so.
All right, what is your disability for?
SSI, Social Security for slow learner, ADHD and ADD.
All right, okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. And can you tell me what's the court costs on this case? All right, so your court cost in this case is going to be $325. Will you be able to pay that if it's placed on an installment plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, there's 120 hours of community service restitution. You can either complete those 120 hours or you can continue to obtain your college degree or obtain a trade school certificate, and the court will deem those hours satisfied. Otherwise, you're going to have to do the 120 hours of community service restitution. Do you understand? I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Proof of employment or SSI.
Yeah, I got the proof right here with the social security.
All right, within 45 days, just make sure you give it to probation.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be no contact with Justin regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Transfer, what's the county in Corpus?
Nueces?
All right, transfer to Nueces County. TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. And those, if they want inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment.
Thank you.
They want you to do the DOEP course. However, I think that if TAP is recommending outpatient treatment, which I'm sure they're probably going to recommend some sort of treatment for you, I think that will be covered. So I don't think you necessarily need the DOEP course. I know you all agreed to that, but is there going to be any objection from the defense to the court not following that?
No, Judge, if you want to hold it in abeyance or, yeah, we're good with that.
All right. Well, I'll hold it in abeyance.
Okay, thank you.
So hold in abeyance the DOEP course. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Oh, no, ma'am. I just want to say thank you for giving me this chance.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. You do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I know you're living with your cousin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do not bring drama to the doorstep.
I will.
Okay. In this courtroom, to be successful in probation, really communication is key. So if there's an issue or you see that you're about to use, you need to call somebody. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you feel as though probation is not addressing whatever issues you're bringing to them, you can always come back to court and let us know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
Good.
So have you filled out your application for the PTD?
What is that?
Did your attorney not speak to you about the pretrial diversion?
Yeah, I told him I didn't want to take any type of probation or anything due to my veteran status, and me and my parents have already, my mother actually wrote a letter to give to the court. My father already went down to the office to drop the charges, so I'm not understanding why I have to take a plea for this case.
Oh, you don't have to take a plea. But your attorney will speak to you about people dropping charges.
Mhm.
Because some cases, the complainant can say they don't want to go forward, but this is not the complainant's case. It's the state of Texas versus.
Right.
And the reason why it says the state of Texas versus, whenever you have alleged crimes that have been committed, the crime is against the state of Texas.
Okay.
So, Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't want PTD. So give me a jury trial setting, please.
So if I take it to trial, that means I get a longer sentence or something, right?
You'll have to speak to your attorney. What I can tell you about jury trials is what ends up happening is your attorney is present, the state is present. There's something called jury selection because this is a felony, 12 people will sit in the box,
Yes, ma'am.
and the state will present their case through witness testimony or whatever evidence they have. And then you and your attorney can present evidence if you choose to. You don't have to because the burden is on the state. And then the jury will deliberate after closing arguments, and they will make a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty. If they say that you're guilty, this is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility. And depending, I don't know your case. All I know is the charges. So you may be eligible for probation from a jury. All right,
I'm
Ms. Burke,
already a felon. Is there any way we can postpone this, like reset my court date? Because I don't
She's
really
giving you-
talk to my,
she's giving you a trial date now. What's the date?
February 12th.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be set for February 12th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and you'll need to be here at 9 a.m. for jury trial.
Judge, I'm sending you the date.
All right.